Earlier on Great Day Live, we talked about the 13th annual Denim and Diamonds Gala benefiting the Parkinson Support Center of Kentuckiana, which is going to be online and an in-person experience. Right now, we're joined by Chef Jason Smith. And Chef, you're at Gordon Biersch. How is Gordon Biersch participating in this gala?
We've always pretty much ran the lead of the gala for I think the past 5 years. Collectively, we gather the chefs, Chef Allen, Chef Anush, several others, Matt Werrick, Dean Corbett have always been a part of this. It's a collective um, effort by everybody to put this together every year. This year to be me, Ellen, and Anush, and Gordon Biersch, has long supported the Parkinson's Support Center through different events that we do throughout the community, and we're happy to be a part of this.
Now, Jason, this is something, though, that is near and dear to your heart and very personal as well.
That's correct. Several years ago, I was diagnosed with young onset Parkinson's. So, the center has been a great um, source of support. And it's something that I believe dearly in, that is very important to the community and the Parkinson's community here in the Kentucky area.
When you say early onset, what does that mean, and what kind of symptoms were you having that made, that I guess became
Yeah,
a diagnosis?
well, it was caught early, and I'm in my 40s, so typically you see Parkinson's in 60-year-olds is typically when they're diagnosed, and it's pretty much when the symptoms are to a point it's obvious they have Parkinson's, but through the advances in medical diagnosis, they're able to catch it earlier and put people on a treatment plan. Mine started out with a simple tremor in my right hand. Honestly, I always thought I was overcaffeinated, but
Mhm.
turns out there was more to that. So, thanks to the great doctors at University of Louisville, they were able to catch that and, put me on the right path and, make me aware of what was going on so I could take care of myself and have a heightened sense of wellness that I need to take care of.
So then, Jason, what does that mean in terms of how you're feeling right now?
I feel great, just because I'm aware. I take care of myself. We watch what we eat. Plenty of exercise. Keeping your mind busy. I think it's key to your wellness.
Absolutely. Now, earlier on Great Day Live, Erica Branch, of course, the director of the Parkinson Support Center of Kentuckiana, talked with us about how there's the online option. People are welcome to enjoy for free online, dress in denim and diamonds if they want. You can donate and participate in the silent auction. Kudmani is going to play, or if they would like, both Anush Bistro and, of course, Gordon Biersch are going to be offering in-person safe dining options as well. So walk us through that menu, but save the best for last.
Well, we're going to do a three-course dinner. Chef Allen will be doing the salad. It's going to be a mixed green salad with a blue cheese vinaigrette, broadbent country ham, grapes, and spiced pecans. For the entree, we will be doing a smoked beef tenderloin with barbecue veal stock reduction. We're going to be doing some dill fingerling potatoes, Erica Bears. Before dessert, of course, we're going to be doing the bourbon bread pudding.
Okay, so bourbon bread pudding, and we get an opportunity to watch you make that. So go through those steps, because just in case somebody wanted to try to recreate, I mean, we could never have the chef's touch that you have, that's for sure, you and Chef Alan McCarty. But walking from the very beginning, how do you prepare that?
The bread pudding is pretty simple. I like bread pudding because it's something you can play with, you can put anything into that you really want to. But we just started with a loaf of egg bread. We're making a simple custard, which is just sugar, eggs, heavy cream, butter, cinnamon, nutmeg. Just to give that flavor. You can add more cinnamon if you like cinnamon. If you don't like cinnamon, you can take that out. If you want to add pecans to it, you can add pecans to it. If you want to add fruit to it, raisins are great. You can also add, like I said, we add apples to it. And once you get that, you're just going to bake it in a double boiler for 2.5 hours till the internal temperature comes up to 185 degrees. You can use any type of bread. One of my favorites was always using day-old donuts. That's the beauty of bread pudding. You can put anything into it.
I like the day old donuts. Why not? And then, I mean, if you are someone who decides that you're going to throw some bourbon in there, isn't there something about maybe a little taste for yourself or anyone else in the kitchen?
Oh yeah, you've always got to make sure you're, using the bourbon correctly. So I'd highly recommend tasting it first.
And Jason, if someone is out there and they want to participate, they know that it's a great cause, but maybe they haven't yet experienced anything in person since, I mean, who knows, March. What would
Right.
you tell somebody? Because, I mean, people have their comfort levels. What would you tell them?
The restaurant is big enough that we can, maximize our space within the capacity, set by Governor Bashir. We hold 350 people, so 150 people in here, spaced correctly is not a problem whatsoever. We're taking the proper measures to ensure not only that our guests are safe, but we're safe as well. We're all using the sanitizers. We're all, taking care of all the tables. All of our menus are QR coded right now. We don't have paper menus. All of our stuff's, wearing the mask, they're wearing the gloves, they're doing the things correctly that we should be doing.
Well, we appreciate that. Appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
The 13th annual Denim and Diamonds Gala benefiting the Parkinson Support Center of Kentuckiana is on August 7th. To learn more, just visit denim-diamonds.parkinsoncenter.org.